You give me purpose. Yeah, you've given me purpose.
Hi everybody, it's me, Natasha Lampkin, CEO and founder of Tashi. Today I'm doing Reading with a Purpose. Yes. It's a book club that I started. God put it in my heart to start a book club. So every month I will feature an inspirational book, Christian book, or I guess Christian like inspirational book every month. And something that will empower us women. So today I'll be featuring Miss Jessie's Creating a Successful Business from Scratch Naturally. Okay? So stay tuned. Mwah.
Hi, Zenobia Brito from Jersey. I traveled here to Brooklyn to support Natasha's book club. I heard about the book from Natasha initially, and I must say this was a very empowering book. And I'm almost done. I have maybe 2 to 3 more chapters, and I can't wait to get to the end. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Dominique. I'm from Brooklyn. I decided to support Tasha's Reading with a Purpose book club. I found out about it from my journalism organization, New York Association of Black Journalists. We had an event at Billy's Black in Harlem, and Miss Jessie sponsored the event, and I was able to get the book. And from that point on, the book is such an inspirational read. It touches on a lot of different subjects, and I'm just looking forward to speaking with everyone about their viewpoints.
Hi everyone, my name is Shakira Thomas, and I heard about the book through Tasha and through various advertisements. I actually downloaded through my Nook application, and I love it. I just feel like the book is very empowering and inspiring, and I'm actually going through a lot of different things and stages in my life that I can relate to, even though I only read a few chapters, and I'm just looking forward to reading more.
Hi everyone, I'm Cindy LaRoque and I'm from Brooklyn. I'm Natasha's best friend, and I actually got I found this, well, not found this book, but I went to Sally's Beauty Supply store, and they were giving free giveaways, and I saw the book, and the first thing I did was thought of Natasha because she's natural and she's also a business person. So yeah, that's it.
You guys, I forgot to tell you how I got the book from my best friend Cindy. Yes. She bought it for me for Christmas. It was a Christmas gift. So that's how I got the book. And I saw the book on Miss Jessie's Instagram page, and I was like, that could be a good book to read. But, I didn't think much of it until I saw the Christmas gift. I'm like, oh my gosh. Cindy knows me so well because she knows I'm a business person, and that book will really inspire me to just push me even more. Because sometimes, as a business person, especially like an entrepreneur just starting out, it's a lot that you go through. So it's that book, I read everything. So that book, it really helped me out a lot and touched on a few things that I needed to read. So stay tuned, you guys. Mwah, mwah, hey, you guys. Mwah. So I know everybody didn't get a chance to read everything. So I read everything.
I did.
You read everything. You read some chapters, and you're about to finish.
Yeah, I'm about to
finish soon. So I just wanted to know from everybody overall how they felt about the book first. No matter what position you're in the book, if you're in a few chapters in or towards the end, how did you feel about the book overall?
I think the book was definitely relatable.
Yeah.
In the sense that, I'm from Brooklyn, they were from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
and, pretty much all the details that they described as far as events that they did as a child, games, schools, all the different aspects I can definitely relate to. Even towards the part of them even adventuring into their own business.
Yes.
So all the ups and the downs, I felt very connected to their story overall. And
yeah, me too. I felt that's what I needed to hear. It was like Crooklyn mixed with a little bit of you know Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You watch the movie. Yeah, Brooklyn.
Like, who doesn't know?
I said a little bit of coldest winter ever, even though it wasn't like extreme.
Yeah.
But
It was
it
like
just-
the high school
it
book.
gave me that feeling. It gave me that feeling, but it was like, you know, business, like in the same way. I was just like, it was such a page turn. I'm like,
You
oh
could
my
just
gosh.
imagine everything
Juice.
they were saying.
It was really
Yes,
nice.
in my
It just played
mind.
in your mind.
I'm like, it was like a movie. She needs to come out with a movie.
Yeah.
She does. She needs to create a movie because I would definitely go.
Yeah.
Like,
You know, it was very inspirational, and it actually kicked me in the butt. And like, Natasha, you need to not procrastinate on anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and you just have to keep striving, keep going.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause especially in the beginning stages, you have to
Of course.
push yourself to the
Yeah.
max. You know, no sleep. So
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it was just like everybody. I agree with everybody. It's inspirational, but what I love about it was the sisterhood. Like, and they went through the journey together, but really always kept in mind the importance of sisterhood. Even though, you know, in the later the book, you get through the trials and tribulations they had to go through, like to the point like their relationship was tested, and they was able to get it back and still progress. So that just shows you like just faith and just grinding and just keep working and, you know, just actually embracing the support system that you have and those family values. That's why they named it Miss Jessie, because you can see why their grandmother Miss Jessie was such a big part in their life. So it was like a combination of family values and sisterhood and morals and principles and that faith and that work ethic. That just inspired me as a hardworking person. That just inspired me to keep going. Whatever capacity as a journalist and now as a massage therapist. Like, you know, you just want better. That's what the book was like. You just want better. You're just not good with just enough. You got to keep going. You got to keep progressing.
Absolutely. To kind of piggyback off of her saying in regards to family, one thing I did notice in the book was that they kept a very small circle.
They did.
And the people that did influence them, or the people that in their lives influenced them. Like they met people along the journey that may have worked at a salon or what have you, but those were people that were influencing them. They didn't just hang out with any old body.
Yeah.
And you know, I like the book because it showed the good, the bad, and the ugly. It didn't just go to we're $1 million girls here. Every step of the way, it's like you gotta keep knocking and the door will open. Everything is not gonna be handed to you right away. You gotta put in work, you gotta keep your faith. And now it's like they're gonna be in history. As the first women to have a multi-million-dollar company. So the book, I mean, I didn't get to finish. I'm almost done, but the book was very, very empowering. It was very motivating, and it really got me off my behind and said, "Hey, girl,
Like get your life in order.
Get your life
in
going,
order.
get your life.
And I love the quotes that they was putting on the side.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah,
favorite
me too.
quote was like, "If it doesn't pass the smell test, it's for a reason."
Yeah.
So you can apply it to so many different things, like from dealing with people, relationships, monogamous relationships, employers, school. If it's not fitting and you gotta keep fighting it, it's for a reason. So that was the another part of it. Just the little quotes they were putting in. I paid attention to that a lot. And then their father was a teacher. Like the father was a business owner, and they learned from his mistakes. So they had teachers early. Like they like you said, they utilized every person that they had in their life. I remember Miko was bartending to make extra money. Like she said, if you're a business owner, you're gonna grind. You're gonna do things that you're gonna feel uncomfortable with. And that just made me think of all the positions that I had in college just to make extra money, just to get into the next move. And that's exactly, it was confirmation. Like she did that. She had to do anything necessary, and long as it didn't compromise her integrity and her character. So that was kudos to her, because at the time she was a mom and just it was just a lot going on. So
I wanted to know, what was your favorite chapter or the highlight out of the book for you guys?
wow, that's a good question.
Well, I could say.
I'm sorry. I didn't even go.
No, I know.
Go ahead.
When I first got in contact with the book, just the cover alone caught my eyes. Because first of all, I'm a hairstylist. I do hair. So Miss Jessie, I know her as a natural hair product line. You know, I use it on my customers, and also I'm natural myself, so I use it on myself. And the book, you know, it said, the cover said how to create a successful business, and I'm from scratch.
Yeah.
And that's very imperative because for me, you know, I'm a hairstylist, and I, you know, in the future, I want to own my own business.
Yeah.
I'm working towards that. So that was an eye catcher for me, and I thought of you as well because you're natural and you're so into your hair and all this hair product. And you're like a hair junkie. So I was like, wow. And you're also working on your line.
Yeah.
And I know that you literally
Clothing line.
your
Yeah,
clothing line.
yeah.
And you started from scratch. You are starting from scratch. And sometimes, like, you know, we see these successful people and we're like, okay, I can't do it because you feel like it's a lot that has to do just to get a brand out, which is true. But as a leader or as a business person, it's always to get inspiration from others. And I feel like with this book, it would be, you know, inspiring to anybody who wants to be in business, create a business from scratch, and, you know, just to hear her story, her storyline, like, you know, what did she go through, her trials and tribulations, and how she was able to get across that, and still be number one, and, you know, grow her business tremendously. So that was an eye catcher for me, the cover of the book.
The cover, right? And I love their marketing, how they market their products.
And
they
that was
even
one thing
illustrated
that was important to her.
that was one thing that was important to her when they build their brand. It was about marketing, because it's true. The customers, of course, they're very visual. So if you have like a great product, a great marketing ad, you need something that will catch their eyes. You know, something that will grab them.
Yeah.
And packaging is everything.
Of course.
So with anything that you do, it doesn't matter if you're in hair, clothing like myself. Shakima, you're a fashion designer as well. You know, packaging is everything. You know, it's presentation. So your customers they're looking at it like, okay, your packaging, it represents your brand. Your presentation, it represents your brand. So you have to make sure that it aligns to what you envision, what's the mission of your company. It has to align to that. So that was my thing. I really like that. But I wanted to know from you ladies, what was the highlight, you know, or your favorite chapter in the book?
Okay, I can answer that.
Okay.
When they were just talking about their relationship with their grandmother, from the cooking, from the spending time, the things that she had to play the mother and the grandmother to them at the same time. So it was from cooking to principles, just respecting themselves. And I find it from that relationship involving that they can call their business Miss Jessie. And then the grandmother was explaining, like, regardless of whatever, family is supposed to be everything. Like, family is first. That she emphasized that. Because you could see throughout the book, the sisters were really going through their trials and tribulations. And their grandmother was like, that's still your sister. That's still family. So, like, I think her presence was the highlight for me. Because I was always wondering, like, why do they call it Miss Jessie? But I'm like, now I know why from the book. So that was my favorite chapter, like, from their evolution and the grandmother's story to her being in the South and, you know, from marriage and just trying to get her life. And now that she can implement to her granddaughters. And that was just very touching to me because it reminded me of my own relationship with my grandmother, who I lost almost 3 years. And that just reminded me, like, why grandmothers are the real matriarchs. They are the matriarchs, like, for real. And that book, that chapter was just a perfect reminder for me.
I know for me, I don't think it was just one chapter, but one thing that did stand out for me was how they basically started from the bottom. Like, they were down here, and then when they opened their first salon, they were up here. They was going great. Then they went and tried to expand, and they went down here. IRS was after them. Things went down. But it's like the scripture says, do not trust your own understanding.
Amen.
It's like, after that, they made them patient. They were humble. They had a whole new perspective on what it's like to have a business, and they were just so grateful. So they went right back up here.
That's right.
It's like you have to trust, keep the faith, because if they would have turned around and said, "Oh, that's it, we owe $70,000 or whatever to the IRS," that's it. We would have never been here.
And sometimes they have to go back.
Their father taught them how to save,
Right.
how to manage
They
their
were
money.
very frugal.
So
From
they were
him.
very frugal.
Yeah.
So, you know, they learned from their parents. They learned from their parents, and it helped them to become the women that they were.
Yeah. Cause it was getting rough, and at one point,
It
Nico
was.
had to go and get a chair to start back in the brownstone.
Yeah.
To get
That's
it
real.
back,
It
like
was-
how you
it was
have
real.
a salon,
That's real.
and then you gotta go back
That's
to where
that's
you
real.
started
That's real.
to make sure you could still pay
Pay
bills.
bills.
Yeah.
That was
For
That's
her
real.
and her sister Titi,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, like she had to go back and change everything, and even like, and it didn't get natural right away. Like that was a
still-
risk.
It was
for her.
Nico who got natural.
Yeah,
had
that was
her-
a
And then
risk.
Titi wasn't
Yes.
really like
She was
Feeling it, and that was a
Yeah.
risk for them too. Like
Yeah.
crossing over, like they took a
Definitely.
lot of risk,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of risk.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they have products for everyone now, for the big chop, for
Yeah.
people who
Oh, yeah.
don't want to do the big chop, like
Yeah.
you know,
Transitioning.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think overall it's just she mentioned blood, sweat, and tears. So
Yeah.
pretty much, I just feel like that's what I'm going through. It's just
Yeah.
blood, sweat, and
and
tears.
tears.
Like seriously, you know, it's like times when I feel like giving up. You know, times when I felt like, okay, well, you know, what's the next plan now? Times when it's like financial issues. So it's just like the way that she touched base on every aspect and the way she just kept pushing for her sister, it just is very motivational. Like,
Yeah, I love that. I believe for me, I believe it was chapter 4 when Miko, after she graduated from FIT, she was like, okay, I'm just going to graduate, but I know I want to get into hair.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, you know, she went to hair school and she was focused in hair school. She wasn't into all that drama or anything like that. And then after she graduated hair school, she was looking to work in a salon in Manhattan. And, you know, the first salon she went into, they denied her. You know, it was like, no. Yeah, they didn't want her to work in their salon.
Yeah.
But guess what? She went up the block.
That's right.
Went into another salon. Persist, and God, something told her, which was God, the spirit,
Yeah.
told her to go into that salon. And guess what? That was the start of her career. You know, so it was the start. What really captivated me, because I'm like, ooh, like I know it's about persistence. You know, be consistent in your ways. And she was like, you know, that could have made her cry, go home like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I really wanted that job. But no, she went up the block that same day, the day of her interview, and she got another job right away. So I love that. Yeah.
What about Titi, who was in working with the station? She
Yeah.
quit her job.
That was
job,
a,
yeah.
as I said, risk.
Yeah.
That was
Because
a
she
risk.
listened to her spirit
Yes.
and said, "This is I'm gonna be far better off with."
Yeah, and her father was like, "What?" Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
she was the book smart. She was the book smart sister, and everybody was
wasn't
looking
her
at her
passion.
like, "What are you doing? Like, what? You're looking at your money?" And I was like, "That's not what I want to do." I was like, "That is our." I was like, "That's what I said. It goes back to risk."
Cindy, how was the hair business? Because I know, like, Miko, she discussed, you know, in hair school, it was just very catty and everything like that. It's like that in the workplace, too.
Yeah, hair school is very catty because, first of all, you have to worry about people stealing your supplies.
Wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
things like that. You know, people just, you know, hating for no reason because you're probably better at one aspect than they are. And it's just, you know, it's a lot of girls. So sometimes
A lot of them.
if you have a lot of
Cattiness.
girls in one room, you know, it gets catty. So, you know, for me, I kind of stayed to myself, and I knew what
Just
I
like
wanted to do.
Miko.
Yeah, I kind of like knew what I wanted. I had a few friends here and there, but I kind of stayed to myself because I wanted to make sure I wanted to pass. I didn't want to stay. I didn't want to do 20,000 hours. I wanted to complete my 1,000 hours and get out the way. Yeah, you know, and just get out the way. So I was focused, and you know, leading to working at a shop, it's tough. Like working at a salon is tough, especially like for me. I started as an independent contractor, and that's basically you rent your own chair. And when you straight out of school, I didn't really have a clientele. I just had my friends and my family. And I took that faith because I don't like working for people. I like taking control on my own. So I felt like renting a chair, I would profit more because it's just one payment a week, and then you keep the rest for yourself. So that's what I did, and it's
Miko, she had struggled when she was pregnant. She got pregnant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never been pregnant, but I'm just saying, like, I can just imagine, like how,
on her feet.
like on her
Working.
feet, just working.
Exactly. That's why I said, like, like my aunt was always telling me, like, she was pregnant with my cousin. She was like, it doesn't matter. Like, she said she would be going to beauty school, having a bag, and just vomiting because she wanted it.
She wanted it.
She wanted it that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if she had to take a semester off, she just went right back to finish because she wanted to finish her license and start working. And that made me just think, like, whenever you want something, regardless of whatever blows and pitfalls that's gonna come at you, you just gotta be like that eagle and just persevere and just keep going.
Yeah.
And the way Miko did it when she was pregnant with her son, I was like, oh my God, like, yo, like it's for real. And she did it to make sure they could pay their bills because I was like, wow.
It was serious.
It was really serious.
It was serious. I'm like, wow. And what I really loved, they did a lot of grunt work, and I think it was because of their father's cleaning business. Because
he made some mistakes.
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
Yeah, because he did a lot of grunt work. A lot of grunt work, and I'm like, two females like lifting up those big old barrels, and that they had to lift up cleaning.
I think she also wanted to do it too, like to prove to her father that she was more than just a pretty face. Because that haunted her for so many years. That haunted her for so many years. Like, oh, your father thinking you're just a pretty face. Like, you wouldn't let a man
what part in
depend
the
on
book really touched you and like woke you up, made you think differently and change your perspective on certain things? Cause I know I get, I asked for the highlight, but what part in the book like actually really touched
I think
you?
like after their lawsuit. I think it was after the lawsuit that they had against each other, and the fact that they were able to put their differences aside and really think about the betterment of the business. That shows you like certain situations you have to put your family issues, internal issues with each other, and really think about the overall purpose, the overall mission why you guys decided to have a business, to make people feel good about their hair once they leave your salon. Like the hair, like the foundation, like you could have nice clothes, but if that hair is like something is missing,
like your hair makes your outfit look
so it was like when they didn't sue each other, the lawyers got richer. Yeah, they did, but the fact that they didn't proceed with the lawsuit, I think that changed everything.
Yeah, because that was very, to me, when that lawsuit was going on, I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know about this in the media.
Right.
I don't know how I didn't hear about it, but I was like, because their bond was so strong. So how did that lawsuit even, come, get to that point? Like, it was just so shocking to me. I was like, wow, that was a really big eye-opener. But I liked how they came together, like despite, because they had all the successes and things were going and flowing with them, but certain things came up, money issues, like who was responsible for this, who was responsible for that, and it just got ugly. So instead of them handling it in a more family-like manner, they handled it in it just publicly, and it was just so. It was ugly. It was ugly, but I liked how they came together at the end. That really touched me too.
Because it got into eternal fighting. Like it was just like going back and forth to the courts, and that just showed you like if you don't keep those family values intact, you can go so far gone. You can have all the success and all the money, but if you don't have those values and you don't remember the importance of your sisterhood, which you have with your sister, you could be far gone. And I think that's what happened. Like somewhere down the line, they was so far gone, and they forgot their morals. Like they forgot, you know,
family.
they were family.
Mhm.
Like seriously.
And money for it.
Yeah, the money
They
just
get the
came
money,
in.
yeah,
The
'cause-
money came in and was like, oh, okay, so
Mhm.
I could do this and I could do that and what, like
Mhm.
exactly. So, and I think maybe in a way because Miko felt like she put more input. You know, she was the hairstylist. She was, you know, doing her business side of it too. So it was like she felt like she should have more say,
Yeah.
and that comes in because the more revenue you bring it into the business. So
That's
that
understandable too.
yeah, that you can understand it too, but it was just like you have to still humble it, and I think that's where they lost it. Cause I'm like, you filing a lawsuit against your sister, like, wow, that just made me think about a lot of different things that celebrities go through with their parents that are like heavily invested
Managers.
in their managers. That made me think of Whitney Houston and her father, the $100 million lawsuit,
Or even Beyonce. And
Yeah.
her
And
father.
her
Well, she didn't
father.
file a lawsuit against it, but you know, they,
Mhm.
it was
Yeah.
it was crazy. So it shows you like even when you get into business with family,
Mhm.
no matter how tight you are, like
It's like walking on
It's-
eggshells.
Yeah.
yeah,
shows
she spoke
too.
about that too. Different
Mhm.
things you should and should not do when you work with family.
Yeah.
So,
That's what she said. Putting those internal issues aside.
yeah.
Think
Mhm.
about business. The fact that it
Business
didn't go
first.
through with that lawsuit, I was like, wow, like okay.
Yeah.
Some down the line, like God maybe intervened and was like, yo, like this is not what you're doing.
Yeah.
You
Don't have
know,
Or
enough
people
for
kind of,
everybody.
yeah.
people probably got in the
It's
ear
enough.
about things as
Mhm.
well.
that's another thing too.
They did. They had to because it was just a lot going on, and I was really taken back when when I read that part. I was like,
Oh wait, am I reading this correctly?
And then she was going back and forth to Washington. I'm like, wow, because from the very beginning, it illustrated how tight they were.
Yeah.
You know, they had a good relationship. So
Mhm.
coming from a good relationship, and then you know you do business together, and then later on in life, after all the successes and everything, things turn ugly.
Yeah.
It's like the business came before family,
Mhm.
and it was
Conflict.
yeah, it definitely was a conflict, and I was like, wow, it made me think. You know, it really made me think like,
You gotta keep it intact.
you got to keep it intact.
Because
And you got to
it can go.
remember, you know, family is bigger than a business. It's bigger than anything because, like, that's family. No matter what the business goes, that's all you got.
Mhm.
You know?
If it hadn't been them two, they wouldn't reached where they were. And
Yeah.
both of their minds was able to put that together and build it the way it did.
Yeah. That just show you God can bless you with something, and like the enemy could take it away with just a teaspoon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what
Like
they
ego.
did.
Like they say, new
Mhm.
levels bring new devils.
Yes,
And it's so true.
it is true. That's why you got to be prayed up.
You have
Yeah,
to.
you
have
gotta
to
stay
be
prayed up.
Humble along the way
Humble.
as well.
My mother
Yeah.
always told me whenever I leave, put your armor on because you got so many things going at you, coming at you,
So many.
left and right. Inner
Mhm.
stuff,
So
outer stuff, people. You got so many different things coming at you, and I think that's what happened. You know, with both of them, they had like a lot of different things coming at them.
Just imagine like being a normal woman, you know, working every day like what we
Yeah.
described
Mhm.
and all the challenges. So when the money and the success come in, that's just like a whole nother ball game.
And
And
Miko
so,
already,
yeah.
Miko already said even working at the salon in the house, she had anxiety because of not knowing who's coming in, and
Mhm.
who lived there, and you know the neighborhood. So
Yeah.
I can imagine when they started getting $1 million checks, it was real anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't even walk down the street. My face is on this. So you just never know what people are actually going through.
Yeah.
Attention.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
don't know.
Okay, so it's definitely about perseverance, and that's what I got from it pretty much. You know, they started from their kitchen, you know, and that's inspiration from anybody because you start from nothing. You take whatever you got, you put it together, and you just follow your heart, and that's what I got from it.
So for me, just picking back off of everybody, perseverance, and I guess everything it just coincides. You know, perseverance, not giving up because they didn't give up. Like they kept going and going and going and going and going and going. And for me, being a fashion designer, that's what you need, especially when you're starting from the beginning,
Right.
from the very beginning. It's a lot that it entails with having your own clothing line. So perseverance, that's one word. That's one thing I can take from this because after all the trials and tribulations, they kept going. You know, they didn't take no for an answer. And that right there, it's like, it's so inspirational because, you know, there's plenty of people who just give up that one try or that second try, and they kept going, and God kept blessing them throughout their, you know, their whole career and their lives, and I'm just really inspired by that. So, perseverance. All right, you guys. Okay. So the next book that I'm gonna feature next month is The Wait. Very good, Debbie. The Vaughn Franklin. Yes.
To read
So
that.
I can't wait.
Oh, yes.
I cannot wait. So The Wait. That's gonna be the next feature book. And let's do it. Read with purpose, guys. Thank you, Miko, for this book. You don't know how inspiring this was to me and my friends, and to a lot of women who read this book. And this was the best business book, and it's more than a business book. It was the best inspirational book, entrepreneurship book that I ever read. And you know, I love how you gave your heart and your soul when you wrote this book. And I felt it while reading it. So definitely take my advice and create a movie, please, and keep it going, because you're going to go so far. Like, this is not it. I'm telling you, like, after this book, crazy. It's the bestseller right now, but I could just imagine what else you have in store. So keep it up. And I thank you. You are loved. You are appreciated. I love Miss Jessie's. Been natural for 6 years. First product that I tried was Miss Jessie. So I just want you to know that, you know, of course, it's more than here. And this book has touched me, and I'm a fashion designer. This book has touched many people, and they're not in the hair industry. So just keep it up, keep it up. You're very blessed. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Mwah. You can be a part of the discussion as well. Just go to www.tashiinc.com. Click the book club tab, then join the discussion. Happy reading!
I let you in with all that I can. You're not hard to reach, and you blessed me with the best gift that I've ever known. You give me purpose. Yeah, you've given me